Good morning, students. Today I am going to continue chapter number 2, the physical features of India from geography. And today we will discuss about the formation of mountain ranges of Himalayas and Asia. So my dear students, in my previous explanation, as I told you about the different type of physical features which we can see in all over the India, like in the north of India we can see mountain ranges, and in the east you can see forest and marshy land, and in west you can see desert, and the central part of India is dominated by plateaus, and after that the southeast part and southwest part of India is dominated by coastal plains of India and island groups of India. As well as in all over the continent of India we can see some hard rock like marble, some soft rocks like limestone, and after that different kind of soils also we can see on the surface of the Indian subcontinent. So students, as I told you, India is a very big and large landmass which is formed during the different kind of geological period, and whatever theory given by the scientists and geographers, according to that theory, all the geological formation has a number of processes like weathering, erosion and deposition, which are responsible for the creation and modification of relief or the physical features of the earth. That's why many scientists, like earth scientists, had given different kinds of theory related to the plates and its movement, and a very famous theory which is given by Alfred Wegener, that is theory of plate tectonic. And according to this theory, the upper crust of the earth has been formed of number of minor plates and 7 major plates, and the movement of these plates is responsible for the formation of folding, faulting and volcanic activity on the surface of the earth. So, on the basis of plate movements, scientists has divided plates into 3 categories. Number 1 is convergent, number 2 is divergent, and number 3 is transform boundary. Convergent boundary which is coming with each other, and divergent boundary which is moving away with each other, and transform boundary is an example in which plates are moving in the north or south direction, or we can say in just opposite direction. So students, according to the time and after the formation of millions of years, number of plates, now their position and size of the continents or plates is totally changed. And students, as I discussed with you in my last class, that every plate's margins have some volcanoes, and after the eruption of these volcanoes, on the boundaries of these plates is responsible for the cracking or for the diversion of these plates. Okay? So, very earlier, our land mass, whole land mass which we can see nowadays, that is separated and divided with each other, was a single landmass, and that single was known as Pangaea. Okay, and the northern part of the Pangaea is known as Angara land, and the south part of that Pangaea is known as Gondwana land. Okay, and Gondwana land, it means South India. Alright, it means South India is a very oldest landmass which is also called or known as Peninsular India. ठीक है ना? And the Gondwana land included India, Australia, South Africa and South America, which was the single landmass some years ago or million years ago. But due to the continuous volcanic eruption and earthquake activity, these plates were divided into number of plates, and due to the movement of the convection current which is present on the surface of the ocean is responsible for the movement of these broken or separated plates from one area to another area. In this way, I am going to discuss with you that how our peninsular India separated from the South African continent, and after the movement, how this is including in Eurasia. Okay? So students, as I told you, convection current which is present on the surface of the ocean is responsible for the movement of anything from one area to another area. So my dear students, in South Africa, where we can see a plate margin, on that plate, due to the continuous volcanic eruption and earthquake activity, the peninsular part of India started to separate it, as you can see on the blackboard. And after that, due to the convection current, it is started to move towards the northeastern part of the ocean. And as you can see on the blackboard, due to the movement towards the northeastern part of the ocean, it is started to collide with much larger Eurasian plate. Okay? And after this collision, the sedimentary rocks which were started to shrink or accumulated in geosyncline. So students, where here you can see that the movement of the peninsular India, okay, and it is started to collide with much larger Eurasian plates. And here that time Tethys Sea was present, and as you know very well that every ocean bed has some soft rocks like sedimentary rocks which were started to geosyncline or which were started to accumulate or shrink. In this way, Tethys Sea started to fold, and the water of Tethys Sea was disappear somewhere, and due to the accumulation and due to the shrinking of Tethys Sea were folded and responsible for the formation of mountain system or mountain ranges of Western Asia and Himalayas. Okay. After that, after the upliftment of Himalayas, now we can see a formation of large basin. Now, due to course of time and depression, year by year, it was got filled with deposition of sediments which were brought by the rivers like Ganga, Yamuna and three river system of India. Alright. In this way, our northern part of India was formed, and due to the continuous movement of rivers from North India to the northeast and rest part of India, continuous deposition of sediments is responsible for the formation of northern plains of India. And students, the northern plains of India and north part of India and northeastern part of India and northwestern part of India is totally newly formed. That's why it is an unstable zone. Okay, that's why it is unstable zone. And in the compare of north part of India, peninsular India, which was polite and accumulated with much larger Eurasian plate, is an example of stable zone of India, because it is one of the ancient landmass on the surface of the earth. Okay, and as I told you that Himalayas and its ranges is an example of newly formed mountain ranges. That's why it is unstable zone. Okay, and Himalayas represent a youthful topography with high peaks and valleys and flowing rivers, and these rivers which are responsible for the formation of northern plains of India. Okay, and students, the peninsular India, which is composed of igneous rocks and metamorphic rocks, and we can see in peninsular India rising but gently rising hills and wide valleys. Okay, so students, for today's that's all, and in my next explanation I will discuss with you the Himalayan mountain and its qualities. Alright, thank you and have a nice day.